How do you win in this real estate market? Here we are 3 years later, and it's still really tough as a buyer. Here's 5 ways to give yourself the best chance to win. Number 1, work with a local lender. Listing agents and sellers want to have the confidence that the deal is going to get done. Working with big banks, credit unions, and online lenders decreases the chance that you're going to win. If the listing agent knows the local lender, knows the loan officer, it just helps. And that ties into other parts of the loan, like the appraisal. We have local appraisers, not some management company. And sometimes value can be an important part of this process, especially if you're overbidding. Number 2, the ability to close quickly. Not every seller needs to settle fast. There might be reasons that they don't want to, especially in cases where the seller has already moved out. They want their money quick. There are many lenders that cannot close that quickly. So when you have speed behind you, it gives you an edge. Number 3, consider getting fully approved. So we're not just pulling credit, we're not just looking at a couple pieces of paper and saying, yep, you're pre-approved. We're actually going to take you all the way through the underwriting process. We're sending a loan commitment along with your offer. If you're competing against several other offers, you're going to be the only one that's more than a pre-approval. Number 4, waiving the inspection. Now this one's a tough one, and I don't necessarily recommend it, and it's not, I got to stay in my lane here because I'm not your realtor. You're walking through the home and you're considering making an offer. You're paying for an inspector to do a sort of a short inspection or a pre-inspection. And this might give you the confidence to consider waiving the inspection. When the market was hotter, we were seeing this all the time where you're waiving it. Not suggesting you do this, but it's something to consider and discuss with your realtor. Number 5, the last one, waiving the appraisal. So when you make an offer that's over list price, there's an appraisal challenge to consider. So how do you deal with that? When you're offering more, are you going to say to the seller, doesn't matter what it appraises for, I'm buying the house? Now, in order to do that, to fully waive the appraisal contingency, that means that you got to have cash to make up the difference if it comes in low. If you're someone putting the minimum down payment, it could be a challenge. But if you're putting 10, 15, 20% more down, you can definitely make considerations to waive the appraisal. Do you have to do that? No. What we've seen a lot of times are partial waivers or appraisal gap waiver. Let's use an example. It's a list price of $500. You're making an offer for $525, but you say you'll make up the difference of $15,000. As long as the house appraises for $510 or more, you're saying, I'm buying the house. But you're protected because if it appraises lower than $510, you have the ability to back out or negotiate. We are definitely seeing this in a lot of offers that win. So it's something, again, you should talk with your realtor about. And the market will change. But for now, if you want to win, you do have to consider doing some or sometimes all of these 5 things.